Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's 7 minutes for the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Ryan's Path. Maybe we should... I can't rename it. Oh no. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Y'all, alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. What should we do? Should we run for it? Were we going to get chased? They should have been able to run just fine. I don't know. They weren't moving, and with that stare down, both Ryan and I froze, overtaken by fear. Our hearts were racing together. The desire to survive kicked in and silenced our breathing. One infernal minute went by. Another scare like this, and I was going to piss my pants. The night snapped back to normal and resumed walking through the greenhouse. We watched him leave the room, but we didn't exit that bush for at least a couple more minutes. We didn't feel safe enough. I'm gonna have nightmares about this. He rolled out of the bush, groaning with discomfort, every muscle in his body twitching in pain. That's enough thrills for tonight. Are we going back to the safe room? Yes, it's been a while now. It'd be best to update Patrice and Clyde on what we saw. Maybe the others returned and found an escape route. I really wish that was the case, but I doubted it. That night left blood everywhere, and whose blood was that? I'm scared of finding the answer. Are you washing your face or something? I looked at him, confused. The water in the pond was poisoned, but didn't he see the muddied color? I thought I heard splashes coming from it. My fur raised in response to that statement. We're leaving this room right the fuck now. I turned on my flashlight and retraced our steps. The blood splatters on the floor were being unconventionally useful. Be quick about it. I hate stepping in it. I hate the feeling I get from touching it. My body was tingling. Something nearby was getting my attention, but it didn't feel negative. I couldn't quite catch it, but a presence ran through one of the doors and disappeared inside. Ryan wanted to leave, and I also needed a break, so I decided to ignore whatever that was and hurried away. Could this person be Liam's sister? I shook my head, gazing upon the skeleton we met earlier. No, this person doesn't have a ring. Maybe it fell on the floor. Let me see if it's underneath. The only thing he found was more delicious dust for our tired lungs. Never mind. Told you so. Whatever. I'm tired and thirsty and I want some food. We have something in the bag if I remember correctly. Really? Oh, thank God! That makes the situation less miserable. He immediately went for it, so I had to stop him from making a rash decision. Not here! In the safe room. We need to split it evenly by rationing it. We don't know how long we're going to be trapped in here. Ryan froze, moved his hands away from the bag, and gazed down, heartbroken. Don't say that. I know. Sorry. I'm sure this will be over soon. We're going back and everyone's waiting for us. Got it? Yes, I agree. Wasn't sure he believed it either, but anything that convinced him to keep going was enough for me. I'll show you. Ryan opened the door and walked away. That took me by surprise, so I followed after him. Wait, slow down, Ryan! What's gotten into him? He was suddenly rushing through when I clearly remembered this path being dangerous to cross. I know, don't worry. You know. That wasn't the only thing I was worried about. We're going home now. This isn't fun anymore. The reality of this situation was starting to sink in for him, and being overwhelmed by it was normal. I tripped and fell trying to match with Ryan. He was so focused on heading back that my fall went unnoticed. What a pain in the ass. He could have noticed that at least. Whatever. We had to get out. We had to get back anyway. I dusted myself off, lucky to have avoided any blood that ruined my clothes, and chased after him. There he was, standing in the middle of the room, looking straight ahead. I wanted to talk to him, but couldn't help thinking that was weird. Ryan? Why was he standing still like that? Mere seconds ago, he was so invested in heading back that I was forgotten. Upon closer inspection, deeper inside, I could see another figure looking back at us, but I couldn't discern any shape, just shadows. I needed more light. Am I tripping? Do you see it too? I pointed my flashlight at the suspicious shape and freaked out. Oh, shit! It was Ryan. The exact same bear, currently frozen in shock by my side, who was also in front of us. It was unmistakably the same person. I couldn't see anything that could distinguish him from the original. Except, I guess, the silent treatment we were given that made his naturally positive smile come off as disturbing. He flinched, covers his face from the light, and spoke. Okay, can you please turn that off? My eyes are burning. He sounds exactly like you. I don't have a fucking twin, Joel. We had no idea what to do about this. The clone conveniently placed himself between us and the corridor to the safe room. He was fully aware of our intentions. Ryan took a step back, feeling threatened. I did the same. I couldn't tell if this creature was friendly or actually dangerous. He was capable of perfectly replicating Ryan, and that in itself was problematic. Trying to run away? I wouldn't recommend that. What you'll find is 10 times worse than talking with me. Who are you? Why do you look like Ryan? I don't just look like him. I am Ryan. Shut up already. I can't stand looking at and hearing myself. Go away. I know you can't. We're the same person after all. I know what you're thinking. You're worried I'd reveal the secrets you so desperately been hiding from Joel. Oh. The change. Ryan's face darkened, proving that his argument was somewhat correct. Enough! Ryan unzipped his bag and took out one of Liam's swords. The clone smirked, obviously satisfied to have triggered a reaction. I stepped forward and grabbed the sword too, the bear jerking it away from me, but I tightened my grip. What are you doing? Let go! I'm stopping you from doing something stupid again. What do you mean again? I've done nothing but listen to you the entire time. Now that I can do something useful and protect you, you're stopping me? Who asked you to? I'm trying to keep us both safe, not just myself. I've decided. There's no other way. He won't let us meet with Clyde and Patrice. The standoff grew more and more hectic, causing Ryan to slightly cut my hand. Shit! It wasn't deep enough, but it hurt like hell. Blood was slowly poured down my fingers, and, without anything to stop it, the floor now also had drops of my blood. I tripped earlier while you were running here. It was just for a few seconds, but you left me there and didn't even notice I wasn't with you. Honestly, I would have been happier to see you turning around to help me than whatever this garbage is. I used my other hand to hold the cut and slow the bleeding. Ryan, hearing this, dropped the sword on the ground in defeat. I could see him going through an internal crisis. Excuse me. The other Ryan just laughed it out, listening to us from the background. The real reason you wanted to fight is to keep your stupid secrets hidden instead. True. And to that, I say I don't care. I started talking to the clone. I'm the same. I also have many problems in my life that I've decided to run away from, so I understand that he wishes to look the other way and pretend everything's fine. Ryan's expression softened, letting out a small whine in response. So, I suppose that's also why I never pushed too much. I'm so scared of facing problems that I'd rather be here instead. My feelings for Ryan won't change, no matter what happens. There will be a time when Ryan will come clean and tell me what's going on. He doesn't need you to do that. Joel? The faker clapped, commending my speech, but it felt like a joke to me. There's only one problem. You two don't have that luxury anymore. You're on borrowed time. If you want to safely leave the castle tonight, one of you two has to die. Sacrifice a friend or slowly die together of starvation. The choice is yours. And he slowly faded away like he never existed at all, like a ghost. I approached Ryan to check on him. He gently nuzzled my wounded hand with his face. I'm so sorry. I messed up again. No, you didn't. You've been holding up so well the entire night. Everyone has a limit and everyone gets tired. This castle really fucks with your mind. We need to get your hand bandaged now. Maybe Clyde's been holding on to some. Let's go back. I couldn't stop thinking about what the faker had said before disappearing. We found nothing, no information, no friends, zero leads towards a solution. Well, he risked dying a couple times. The clone didn't lie to Ryan. Everything he had said about him was true, so I lied about that too. I was afraid of asking him because I knew he'd been thinking about it too. We walked back to the safe room. Patrice, Clyde, The safe room was empty. We were completely alone, abandoned in this place without an exit. Ryan and I made it to the table, dragged some chairs closer, and sat down. That loneliness was killing us. There's no way Patrice left the room. There are no traces of any kind of a fight. No blood either. They must have walked out on their own accord. We didn't believe it. The room spoke for itself, but it just didn't make sense. There's just two candles now. Ryan pointed at the two faint flames sitting on the table, and he was right. Their numbers went down drastically. The blue one stayed, now keeping company to a lone red fire, hugging together just like us. You said you were hungry, right? Let me get you something to eat. I can't even bandage your hand right now. So keep holding that cut until it stops bleeding. Fine, but we should ration our food anyway. I'm not hungry anymore. Lost my appetite and stuff. We can do that later, I guess. Ryan dropped the bag on the floor and exhaled. The things we went through took a toll on both of us. I guess we're taking a break and going back in there for more, yeah? We can wait here. Maybe something will happen. I like to think that, but it seems unrealistic now. I was on the verge of breaking down. This could have been avoided. We could have stayed home. I didn't need to do any of this. I'm so sorry. If I had declined, you wouldn't... Hey, it's not your fault. We're together. That's all that matters to me. I would never let you go alone. I'll get you out somehow, I promise. I just need a moment to rest, okay? Well, let's think about it together with a refreshed mind. I slowly nodded. The exhaustion was getting to me. Ryan laid on the floor and invited me to join him. The cold wasn't enough for his fuzzy bear fur that could warm up even the coldest heart. For now, let's enjoy this. Later, we'll figure out a plan. Is that fine? Yeah, that sounds good. I didn't think I would sleep, but having Ryan next to me eased my anxiety and I eventually passed out. When I came to, I was feeling cold and confused. How long was I out? I felt so weird compared to before. Ryan, did you get up already? I guess that explained why I felt so uncomfortable. I glanced over the table and noticed the red flame had gone out. Ryan? No answer. I rubbed my eyes and scanned my surroundings. I noticed something on the table that looked like paper, which wasn't there before. It didn't take long for me to recognize what it was when I saw Ryan's handwriting. My heart pushed the accelerator, kicking me out of my drowsiness. I began reading the message he had left for me. Hey, if you're reading this, that means I decided to go through with my plan and fight the knight we met earlier. I thought about what the Faker told us and I refused to let anything happen to you. I don't want to die either, so I thought that striking that fucker down would be the key to get us out. But as if I win. My grip tightened around the paper. I wasn't done. Don't let me ruin the writing. So I'm letting you know, this is my plan. Regardless of which ending I'm getting, you should be free and live your life. I love you, Joel. I've always wanted to tell you, but I was scared of what would happen next. My hands were shaking as I sniffed. Reading it in his voice was twice as traumatic. I didn't know if my feelings were real or not. Is it okay for me to love someone I grew up with? You're not my real brother, but you could very well be. And even if I did tell you, I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid we would stop spending time together. Or worse, we would date and break up. I didn't want to lose you, and I didn't want things to end. Which one would you have picked? An eternal friendship or a temporary love story? A hiccup escaped me. My tears were rolling down my cheeks and soaking the paper as I sobbed uncontrollably. I hated feeling like this. I hated being unable to tell you. I'm sorry for falling in love with you. Goodbye, Joel. Damn. It's fucking dark. It almost feels like we're in the end game now. That should not be the case. I didn't care to pick up the bag. I left it there and sprinted out, still holding that damn paper. My mind was blank. My heart was shattered, and all I could do was run, hoping that maybe it wasn't too late. That maybe he had just left and I'd catch him in the lounge, holding that stupid fucking sword in his hands. Ryan! Ryan! I yelled as loud as my lungs could muster. My voice echoed through that cursed castle that had taken away the only thing I had left. Nothing would stop me from screaming his name. All the ghosts and all the monsters were welcome to come and end my life for good. Because if Ryan had died, that meant I was as good as dead, too. Someone was in the way. It must have been him. Oh, God, please. I was never a believer, but if this person in front of me was Ryan, I'd swear loyalty to you this instant. My body couldn't stop, so we just collided into one another, hitting the floor together. The paper slipped out of my hands. What the fuck are you doing? I couldn't see. I couldn't speak. I understood who he was now, and I wanted to beg him to rescue Ryan, but just couldn't. Why are you crying? You're getting me all soaked. Stop that! Russell took the letter, and while Liam and I got back on our feet, read its contents. For the first time ever since I'd met him, his face changed. Liam! Please, save him. Don't let him die. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!